Good evening, I'm Donna Drake, and we are here tonight to celebrate Adapt Community Network. It's 2023. We're going to have a wonderful evening, and whatever you could do to make a difference in your community or make a donation here tonight, we'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching.
Adapt Community Network continues to grow in expansion of services to handle autistic children and families with disabilities, including, of course, cerebral palsy. And we're super excited for 2023. Children with disabilities have a very hard time with the most basic things. So assistive technology is definitely the future of our entire business and makes the life of a handicapped person immensely better. So that's what we need to do. We need to continue to expand technologically.
What lately have you been up to? Like what episodes? What have you been working on?
So we are wrapping up season 13 of Blue Bloods, which is insane. We have 2 more episodes left to film. We're about to do episode 1320. And let's see, what did I do this year?
Like the storyline of it? Are you feeling good about it?
It is exciting. I hope we get a season 14. I just think every year that goes by, we get to dive deeper into these people and what makes them tick. And it's just incredible to work with Tom Selleck. I mean, my best friends, Gregory Jabara and Robert Clohessy, who I adore. I love it. You know, it's the best job in the world, and to be a working actor that's it.
And you also get to do some film work, right? And that's kind of fun.
It is fun. It is fun. I did a film in January called Daruma, January of last year. I keep forgetting we're in 2023 already.
If you were going to be a superhero, who would you want to be? Or what would your superpower be? Do you know? What would you want to be able to do?
I mean, I would have to fly.
Okay.
Goes without saying. I would love to fly. I also think it would be really cool to be underwater. So, Aquaman, any of that kind of stuff. There's so much that we don't know about the ocean. I think that would be just...
So you and I, we're going to go try to find Atlantis, okay? Are we on for the adventure?
Yes,
okay,
yes.
Donna and Abigail, the adventures of us,
and
done.
Your son engineer is going to build us our ship. So
it's set.
We're set.
Oh, and wait. So, yes, we were catching up. But tonight, let's talk about Adapt Community Network, and why you're here to support.
I love this organization. I think it's so important to offering inclusion and equity to every human in New York and nationwide, obviously, but Adapt focuses on New York. And I think people with developmental disabilities have so much to offer, and Adapt provides them the technology and the solutions so that they can continue their education, they can continue living well, working well, thriving, and just living their best life. And I'm just so honored to be here and celebrating them. Especially, this is my first big event after the pandemic, so I'm thrilled that I'm here for them.
And they have a lot of great programs, programs in the arts. They do a lot, so they do have some acting. It's exciting to see, and I know that we're in store for a wonderful video tonight that's going to showcase a lot of different things.
I can't wait. They always get me right in the feels. Right in the feels. It's just an incredible organization. I love being here, celebrating all of the work that they do. They deserve it. And I remember when I toured the school how absolutely amazing all the students were. Just seeing them shine was really lovely.
I grew up with my disability, so I was born without arms or legs, off at the elbows and the knees. And my dad had the vision to be able to get me into public schools, into kindergarten, when I was the only kid with a disability there. My mom had died a couple of years earlier of ovarian cancer when my dad was raising 3 of us, and I'm the middle child. So my dad's an extraordinary human being, and he passed away about 12 years ago. But
what was his name, Mr. Kemp?
John B. Kemp.
Okay, and so the D was the only difference in your names.
Exactly. So I've had an incredible start in life, and my dad just gave me the belief in myself and the power, and it's just been a wonderful ride ever since.
Now, did he help make adaptive equipment for you, like through an occupational therapist, or was that not a field back then? How did it all work for you?
He made sure that I had the prostheses that I needed and that I had the attitude and the confidence and the humility to be able to go forth and be able to hold my own and be humble and decent and respectful to other people and attain to my best of abilities. So.
And you founded an organization that has helped many. So let's learn about that as well.
I co-founded with a New Yorker, Paul Hearn, the American Association of People with Disabilities, and that was an incredible moment, 1995, and we started it, and today it's going strong. It's really representing most of the disability community, almost all of the disability community, which is close to 60 million people. It's just an extraordinary advocacy organization run by a great person, Maria Town.
Did you know when you started that organization how powerful it was going to become, or how much good you were going to be able to do?
Not a clue. We just knew that the economic and political power of people with disabilities was not being used, and that we organized people with disabilities to show our political and economic power. It's tough getting a lot of diverse peoples with disabilities to come together and unify, but that's been the objective of the organization, and they've done a great job. We have a big say in what happens politically now because of it, and even economically. So I'm very proud of what they're doing.
And tell me about your company. Tell me about Lakeshore.
Lakeshore Foundation is a beautiful place. We have 45 acres, 9 buildings. We use 3 of them. We lease out the others. It's a nonprofit, but it's a local to global organization for the health, wellness, fitness, nutrition, advocacy, and research of people with disabilities to be their optimal best, and we're home to the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic training site. We have wheelchair rugby and bocce. And so we know that ADAPT and UCP of New York State is very big in bocce, and that we wanted to bring it back, and we want to do it right here.
I think that's wonderful. And obviously you have a lot of friends here tonight. I know, Mr. Williams, I've had a really good opportunity over the past couple of years to celebrate these evenings with others. And, congratulations. You're going to be honored this evening. Mr. Matthews is going to be presenting the award to you. And when did you become close with him? How did that start?
That happened about 30 years ago as well, and we just kind of fell in love with each other, and I love him, I respect him. I think he's done so much for the disability community and for people with disabilities, with really significant disabilities who really don't have a voice. He has given them a voice, given them places to live, places to work, and it's just a powerful message. He is all in, and I love the man, and I love what he does.
What can my audience do to support some of the initiatives that either you're doing personally or that other groups are doing? How can people get behind and get involved and make a difference?
Well, of course, the financial support is always nice for organizations, especially ADAPT Community Network. But I will say if they get to where they understand what the issues are, what's this going on? Why do people with disabilities feel that they're not getting what they need? We've only grown our employment rate by 1% since the passage of the ADA. That's just terrible.
Yeah,
we're 40% behind with the rate of non-disabled people working. So a lot of opportunity.
I thank you.
And
thank you for that.
And employment is really where it will be the liberating factor.
Joining us once again, this time on this red carpet in 2023, is Mr. Matthews. Welcome to the show again. How are you?
Thank you, Donna. Glad to be here. Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Oh, I'm so excited. One of my favorite evenings is this night because you do so much wonderful things. And today, it's all about growth, right? That's the theme of tonight. Growth, growth, growth. Individual, programs, and geographic location.
That's correct. We've moved, since you were last here, we moved into the Hudson Valley, and we're in 3 different counties there, in Orange, Sullivan, and Rockland. We're working with some agencies up there. The good fortune to take over some programs and some residential and day programs. So several hundred more people now live with us on a full-time basis, and we have hundreds of more staff that we employ up there. But it really was a great move for us and a good strategic one because a lot of folks up there needed some help. And there are very few agencies in that region, so we're very happy to do it. And of course, our individuals continue to grow, our kids and our adults. Every year we see just dramatic changes in people and things that they want to do more. And you'll see some of that tonight in our video and some of the things that people talk about.
I'm excited to tune into that. Also, Inspire. You acquired Inspire. What is that program?
Inspire basically is a children's preschool program. They're part of the statewide cerebral palsy affiliates, as are we. And they're very small. They're up in Orange County. And so they asked us to take over some of the administrative functions for them so they could concentrate on running programs, which they do extremely well.
Now, is there anything in 2023 that you in particular want funds for? Is there a special program that needs new funding?
Well, all of our programs, we also always can use some more adaptive equipment, especially technology. Our kids and adults are so now, they're more technologically proficient than you and I are. And the new technologies that help people become more independent and things that they use, the Google Nest, and things that they use to control the environment, especially those with mobility and other impairments, is very, very critical towards their independent life.
And some of those things could be voice activated. It might be like turn the lights on, turn the lights off. You know, certain things that they are able to use, whether it's their voice or maybe they're able to use like a pin in their mouth or certain things in order to.
With eye contact as well.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Understood. So eye movement can switch to what it means, like turn the light on or turn the light off, right?
But some of those things are very, very expensive.
They are.
And so and you know, the health department and those people don't really pay for that. So we have to raise funds and are glad to do so to help people get those kinds of equipment and make them much more independent.
And how are you doing? Are you excited about tonight overall? I only
great
get to
event.
see you once a year, Mr. Matthews.
Well, it's such a terrific event. I'm always excited to see people. People have such a great time, and they feel good about being here. They feel good about donating, so that always helps us feel good. It's a lot of work, not just for me, but for the entire team here.
Yes.
But it's always worth it. It's great to see people, and we only see some of them once a year, and it's really fabulous.
So it's Adapt Community Network, and people could go online, they could Google it, they could, be involved somehow. I thank you so much for inviting us once again. It's such a pleasure to be here. And Mr. Kemp was so great too. It was my first time to meet him.
He's one of the great advocates of all time, and John and I have been friends for 30 years, so it's great to see him, and we're very proud to honor him here tonight.
And you have another couple that you're honoring this evening as well.
The Salvatores are right behind you right now. Janine and Lou, they're business people, and they brought in some of their friends and their supporters and raised a lot of money for us. And of course, we're also honoring Willie Geist of NBC and MSNBC. So.
Lovely. It's going to be a fabulous night. Thank you, Mr. Matthews.
Thank you, Donna.
Stay tuned for more. We're living it up right here with Adapt Community Network. Who is going to be presenting your award?
So Jimmy Hausman, who has long been involved with the ADAPT Foundation, and he is a close friend of ours and has introduced us to ADAPT.
Exactly. Jimmy's a close friend. He's the best, and he's the reason why we're here today, and he got us involved in this wonderful organization.
Now, growing up, were either of you part of like a philanthropic family? Did you like raise money for anything? Because I don't think somebody just becomes an adult and all of a sudden decides to become a giver. I think you're raised as a giver.
I think that's right. Yeah, my father actually set up a foundation. Really, the purpose of it was not only to give money away, but also kind of teach us to get into the spirit and learn how to be charitable. Yeah.
What was that you grew up with?
It's the foundation is the Salvatore Foundation, just named after our family, and we give to just various different charities, and it's still ongoing today.
My family was very involved in the Juvenile Diabetes Foundation, as it was an issue close to the family heart. But from a very young age, we used to have clam bakes in our backyard, raising money, and they got bigger and bigger as the time went on. And so it also has been a part of my family.
People really supported you. What was that like? You just made a call? How did that work?
Yeah, we just made a call. We're fortunate to have a lot of great friends, and we filled a bunch of tables, and I think people are looking forward to learning more about the organization and having fun. I mean, it's a beautiful night. The setting is beautiful, and we're looking forward to it.
Good evening, Susan. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm wonderful, thank you. Happy to be here.
Oh, I know. Isn't this wonderful?
Gorgeous. The New York
What?
landmark. Wonderful.
It is so nice. Now, Adapt Community Network, they do so much good work, and I know that you've been very philanthropic throughout your entire career. What does tonight mean to you? Why did you want to come out this evening to support them?
Well, I was very honored to be honored about 12 years ago, and I was immediately struck by the work that they do. It's awesome what they do to help children with disabilities, but also their families, and also adults. They do incredible work. Their byline is "We change," and they sure do. They change lives for the better, and they are so high tech. They have so many tools that they can share with the people they help.
When you were growing up, who taught you how to be philanthropic? Was that something in your family? Was it? Do you mind sharing the story?
Oh, it's so sweet of you to ask that. My goodness. My parents, in their way, they were. I did not come. I was an upper middle class child, but my parents. My mother was always involved in the community, in charity work in the community, and my dad. I remember him also supporting different things that people who worked with him, for him. He was always giving back, and he was also very capable, and he would be the first one out after a hurricane or a blizzard and drive around our community to see where he could help, and he would take me with him. And I was so thrilled that it took me, not my big brother, but me.
So did you also help shovel or pick up sticks?
I just looked. I was with him looking. He would be the one who helped. I was 8 years old,
Now, did you grow up on Long Island? I know that's where your residence is now. Is that where you grew up?
I did. Yes, I grew up on Long Island. Mm-hmm. Yes.
And here we are in the Big Apple, the big city, celebrating a beautiful night. What would you like people to know about what you're up to this year? Is there anything special that's on your heart?
Well, actually, my heart.
Yes. Okay, that was a good. Was that good?
You're good. Yes. Ever since I had my own heart event, and I was very, very lucky. I had to somehow pass that good luck on. I couldn't keep it for myself. And the takeaway is for women to pay attention to their bodies. Don't sweep any possible symptoms under the rug, and put yourself on your to-do list. So many of us as women, we think, oh, we'll wait and see, or oh, it couldn't be, and, oh, I don't want to bother the doctor. And besides, I have too much to do today. Put yourself on that to-do list.
I love that.
Yeah.
Good health to you. Happy journeys. You're so fabulous. You've made such an impact on the whole entire universe, Susan, and I'm honored to actually finally get to meet you in the three-dimensional world.
Thank you in the three-dimensional world. I'm so happy to meet you. I can't believe our paths have not crossed before
Happy
now.
journeys to you. Really,
Same
truly.
to you.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Be well.